Click the first link in the description for the best Askreddit content. Today I fucked up by downloading a shady file, and getting a virus on my PC. So first off, I am on mobile since, as you can tell from the title, my PC is not currently functioning. This did happen today and only a few hours ago at that. I'm still a bit shook. I should also mention that I am, while old enough to use Reddit, not an adult, and thus don't exactly have the most experience with computers. So anyways, I was testing some programs on my computer, and for one of them I wanted to test it with an auto-clicker. Being the idiot that I am, instead of looking for a well-known and safe auto-clicker, I just typed auto-clicker into the Google search bar and switched through different websites until I found one that seemed good enough. Now, here is where I messed up. When I downloaded the file, I saw that it was an .exe file, which, if you don't know, is one of the most common files to contain viruses. As I said earlier, very little knowledge about computers compared to some that might see this. I ran the file, and everything was fine at first. In hindsight, it was the shadiest thing ever, with a simple icon and some of the text in another language I don't know. At the time, I was just caring about testing it, not about if it could be a virus. Then, as soon as I use the hotkey to activate it, every window I had closes besides it. Almost instantly 100 windows appear with, and this may sound fake, but it literally just happened, a bunch of warning/error messages everywhere and a ton of just random windows that I didn't have time to look at, as within a second of this all happening I had practically punched the power key, and just like that my PC was off again, and I could sit there wondering why I am so stupid. Too long didn't read, I downloaded some shady software as supposedly an auto-clicker, and it ended up causing a nearly cinematic virus to be put on my PC. I will update this post with information as tomorrow I will attempt to fix. If it matters, I have already kicked my computer of the Wi-Fi via accessing the router site from someone else in my house's computer. I don't know if viruses can do anything with internet access, but if even a few can, I don't want to risk that. Thanks for reading this short post. Even if it is just 5 or 6 people browsing by new that see it, I kinda had to get it out there. As I said, I will update tomorrow with further information. Edit 1 of hopefully only 2. This may sound very cliché of me, but I did not expect this to blow up like it did. I'm updating this post a final time once I have attempted a fix, and thanks to everyone for their advice about the situation. RIP my inbox. Final edit, I am pleased to tell you that I am editing this from my computer, and the problem has been resolved. Thank you all for your advice, stay safe, and have a great day. Boot it in safe mode. When it says press some key, usually space or F12 to enter setup, press the key it says. Choose boot in safe mode. Get an antivirus program. I'll suggest Average just so you have a safe option to look for. Download it and run it. Also get Spybot Search and Destroy, run it. Run both twice to be sure it got it all. When it is all dealt with, reboot again. Keep both programs up to date and run them once per week. Thanks for the advice. I already got the first half, but I've never heard of Spybot, so I'll use that too. I have both Malwarebytes and Average. Anyways, thank you for the helpful advice. I'll live and learn. Better it happened now than when you're older and maybe working with sensitive data as a job. Sounds like the auto-clicker was clicking what it wanted to, and needs to be trained better. When I downloaded the file, I saw that it was an .exe file, which, if you don't know, is one of the most common files to contain viruses. It's also the type of executables on Windows, and you wanted to install a program, so it was the expected type. TIFU with the shady source and not checking the program for viruses, but the .exe was the normal decision. Next time, try to send it to VirusTotal first. The VT version of AVs are often less forgiving than the one installed on consumer machines. I was just gonna ask. Pretty sure in the past, I have downloaded files that ended in .exe, but I haven't had any problems. Today I fucked up by rejecting the girl I love. This happened last November when a girl I study with told me that she really likes me. She was really shy, so she didn't told me who she was. We chatted for hours, we never ran out of things to write about. It was kinda perfect. When we met the first time I was overwhelmed how pretty she was. It went great, so we went on a date to the cinema. She really wanted to watch Joker. Before I continue, I have to mention that we only lived in the city to study half a year, the other half we live in cities which are in opposite directions far away. I always had that problem in my mind. After university, either one of us has to leave his family and friends behind, or we would have to end the relationship. I had decided for myself that I couldn't leave my parents nor my friends behind, and that I couldn't expect that from her. I didn't want to end the relationship, her first, because we couldn't see each other anymore. So what did I do? After the date, instead of talking with her about my concerns, I told her that I think we didn't match very well. In that moment I couldn't believe what I had done. I instantly knew that I made a great mistake. I started sweating, she started crying, I hugged her and walked with her to the stairway up to her room. Weeks later a friend of her asked me if there is a chance that we come together. I, of course, didn't answer. Then at Christmas the girl I study with wished me some nice days, so I started to write her regularly and we chatted for months a lot. I thought if I show her my good intentions she maybe accept my apology and give me a second chance, but suddenly her answers became shorter and shorter until she stopped answering. When I asked her what happened, she said that she thought we could be friends, but I have other intentions, so she has no interest in chatting with me anymore. She deleted my phone number. We didn't see each other this year due to COVID. I still don't know why I did that. My intention was to prevent her heart from breaking after a relationship for 2 years. Now I broke her heart after meeting for 2 weeks, same result. TL, doctor, a girl told me she likes me. We get along great, she's very pretty, but we could only meet 6 months a year for 2 years. Then we have finished university. I didn't want to end a relationship after 2 years because we live very far apart, so I told her after a date that we don't match well. We have no contact anymore. I will regret that decision forever. You jumped the gun on this. You went on one date and broke it off because you're worried what it would look like in 2 years. Talking about tripping over your own dick. And this is why I say don't overthink, my guy. Just think about the present. Sorry that happened, but you did tell her that things wouldn't work out, so I think it's a little silly to think that she would still be waiting around for you after you were dishonest about your feelings to her. Can imagine how she feels. She sees qualities in you as a friend, but you seem to only want her as a girlfriend. I think it's a good idea to move on from this, but I wish you luck in the future. That's tough, man, but don't you think you should have said what was on your mind? Maybe if you shared your concerns with her, things would have ended up differently. Link her here. Tell her this is about her. She either accepts the explanation or she doesn't care anymore because she thinks you're playing her. She genuinely liked you. You sound like a person who has a very hard time being upfront and honest about how you're feeling. Sucks. No one likes to be kept in the dark, and the unknown is often more detrimental than the actual truth because the person can imagine so many reasons as to why. It can mess up a person. If you love her, then you don't want this for her. Shine a light on the situation. Godspeed. But to be real, I would hate to be with someone who can't be honest about something as basic as his own feelings. Been there, done that, destroyed my mental health for someone who was never worth it. Unless he learns to start being honest, she'll have dodged a massive bullet. Today I fucked up by going to a drive-thru in only my underwear and a cropped tank top. I get home and my door will not unlock. The door jamb is stuck. 22, female. It was dark out but still hot as hell, and I had no clean laundry, so I just decided to go to Taco Bell in only my underwear and a cropped tank top. No big deal. It's just the drive-thru. I got home and my door lock is jammed and won't open. I have nothing to pick the lock with. This is the 3rd time this has happened in 2 years. The back door doesn't have the same lock as the front door. So basically I had to call a locksmith and settle the whole ordeal while in my underwear. Waited 2 hours, thankfully in my car, watching Regretful videos. $188 later just to unlock the door one time and not even fix it. Too long, didn't read. I went to get food in only my underwear and a cropped tank top. got home and my door would not unlock, then had to settle the ordeal with a locksmith while in my underwear. You know that locksmith thought he was walking into some weird staged home porno. Oh my, in my state of undress, I seemed to not be able to open my door. This made me actually lamau. Porn writers, write that down. Write that down. I'm sorry, you drove in just your underwear? Lamau. Yes, but in the dark and just to a drive-thru, haha. Locksmith must be thinking, after pizza delivery guys and plumbers, our time has come. Locked myself out of my hotel room while wearing only my underwear one time. It was an awkward walk to and back from the front desk. They should have give you a towel at least or something.